Hello everyone, welcome to English with Sonny Hendra. Today we'll be talking about the simple present tense. I really hope by the end of this lesson you will all be able to create simple present sentences properly. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, how can we construct simple present sentences? I will show you two forms, two patterns of simple present tense. The first pattern is subject plus verb 1. For example, a man thinks. A man here serves as the subject of the sentence and thinks serve as the main verb of the sentence. Pattern number 2 is subject plus verb 1 plus an object. For example, he buys a book. He served as the subject of the sentence, buys serve as the main verb, and a book is the object of the main verb. As you notice here, we have um, two different types of verbs. The verb of the first sentence is an intransitive verb. An intransitive verb is a verb that does not require or need an object. So the verb think is an intransitive verb that does not require an object. The second verb is transitive verb. Transitive verb is a verb that requires or needs an object. So the verb buy is a transitive verb that needs an object, which is a book. Right, let's move on to the usages of the simple present. The first usage of the simple present is to talk about repeated actions. Repeated actions include habits and regular events. For example, Jeff visits his mother once a month. So Jeff visits his mother every month. So it is a repeated action. Mr. John has his hair cut twice a year. He usually has his breakfast in his car. The second usage of the simple present is to talk about permanent or scientific or general truths. For example, water moves to lower ground. Factory smoke pollutes the air. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Ice melts when heated. Gas expands when heated. Men are physically stronger than women. It is hotter in summer. The earth goes around the sun. The third usage of the simple present is to talk about present states or present truths. For example, Uncle works for Microsoft. My aunt wears glasses. I teach math at school. We live in Sumatra and goes to college. My uncle teaches English. I have black hair. The fourth usage of the simple present is to talk about fixed future actions or events. For example, the flight to Jakarta leaves at 9 p.m. The governor gives a speech tomorrow. The show starts at 3 o'clock. The festival takes place tomorrow. The train from Surabaya arrives at 10 p.m. The vaccination program starts on January the 4th. The exam begins in 2 hours. The fifth usage of the simple present is to talk about observation, report, and declaration. For example, I hope she will be all right. I think she can pass the test. We believe it will rain soon. He loves Sarah so much. They trust him. It says the president will resign. I like coffee. Jane is hungry. The Sikh usage of the simple present is to talk about a series of actions, for example, when giving information or instruction. For example, first you go along Victoria Street, then you turn left. First you look at your computer, then search for the buttons on the top left, top right, or the sides of the laptop, and press this button down once with a firm pressure, but not too hard. The seventh usage of the simple present is to talk about short actions that are happening now. The actions are so short that they are finished almost as soon as you said the sentence. This is often used with sports commentary. For example, he takes the ball, he runs down the wing, and he scores. Liverpool finally find a way through for a deserved equalizer. Steven Gerrard's cross is headed on by substitute Daniel Agger. It hits the post, and Luis Suarez is there to nod in from point blank range. Well, let's have some exercise to test how much you have learned from this lesson. Put in the present form of the verb in brackets. So you are expected to put the correct form of the verb into the sentences. Number one, she usually read a book after dinner. Number two, I use the computer every day. Number three, Mary teach her lesson every day. Number four, I often watch television. Number five, he worked for a big company. Right, I give you 2 minute times to complete this exercise, and after the 2 minute time, I'll get back. Right, guys, did you get them all right? Okay, now I'm going to show you the correct answers to the exercise. Number one, she usually reads a book after dinner. So you can pay attention to the main verb, which is in red. And as you can see, the first sentence, the main verb is added with s at the end because the subject of the sentence is third singular person, she. So it becomes she usually reads a book after dinner. Number two, I use the computer every day. There's no change at all because the subject is not a singular person. Number three, Mary teaches her lessons every day. So teach become teaches with es at the end of the main verb because the subject is Mary. Mary is a third singular person. Number four, I often watch television. There's no change at all to the main verb. Number five, he works for a big company. Work become works because he is third singular person. So we put s at the end of the main verb. That wraps up today's lesson, guys. I really hope that's useful. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Adios.